We are live, everybody. Welcome back to the Diaspora channel, and thanks so much for tuning in tonight because where is 6:30 right here where I am, and happy Friday to you all. If you're new here, I'm Kai Gabiam, and I showcase Black-owned businesses on this channel. So if you are a business owner out there, you know what to do. Just send me an email at the diaspora channel at gmail.com and you will be able to join me as well here live to share your products or services with us. I also interview people that have moved from the West to Africa so they can share their very inspiring journey with us. So if you are out there doing your thing on the continent, anything you are doing to inspire us all, reach out as well because other people need to hear your story. So for those of you that don't know the beautiful sister on the screen, yeah, you can see like that chocolatey, very fine sister right here on the screen. Very soon, you're going to know more about her. She goes by the name of Tina Sparks. She's
Thank you.
a content creator from Zimbabwe. So right now, if you're planning to visit Zimbabwe or relocate to Zimbabwe, she's definitely going to be sharing some advice with us and tell us more as well about her amazing channel that I think everyone that watch this video later or if you're already in the chat, I will be dropping the link so you can head towards her channel, subscribe and share her content because it's not easy. And for those of you that knows about, those of you guys that know about Maison Mocha, we have our new queen, yeah, hoop earring on the sides that will be available to order on Monday. So by Monday it will be on the site for you to order. It's all about supporting a sister, like us with small businesses. You guys, we need your support. So, make sure you check the website out, www.maisonmocha.co.uk. And for those of you in the chat, thanks so much for tuning in. I see you through Mamle all the way from Ghana. I'm expecting you very soon here on the channel as well, so you can share more about your guest house. Yes, we have to keep the money within. And I see you, Redmond Music. Yeah, bro. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Kindly, thumbs up the live. You guys say the content is great. So why are you not sharing the content? Keep sharing the content. So all the great information people are sharing, the amazing guests I bring here, every single week, other people can know about them as well. So kindly subscribe and please keep sharing my content. So bonjour, bonsoir, j'espère que vous allez super bien. Je suis Kai Gabiam et je mets en avant les business black-owned sur cette plateforme et aussi les frères et sœurs qui ont quitté la diaspora pour aller s'installer en Afrique. Je fais des entretiens avec eux afin qu'ils partagent aussi leur parcours en Afrique avec nous. Et ce soir, j'ai l'honneur, nous recevons la très charmante Tino Sparks. Elle est une créatrice de contenu d'origine zimbabwéenne. Donc, ce soir, elle est là pour nous parler de sa chaîne YouTube, ce que vous pouvez aussi savoir sur elle, sur Zimbabwe. Elle travaille fort là-bas, hein. Elle voyage aussi beaucoup. Donc, elle va nous parler de sa chaîne YouTube et nous donner aussi quelques conseils pour ceux d'entre vous qui, un jour, peut-être vous voulez voyager, visiter le Zimbabwe. Elle va nous donner aussi des conseils. Donc, n'oubliez pas de vous abonner si vous êtes nouveau ici. Hi, lovely Tino. How are you doing?
Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure,
That's
my pleasure, guys. You can look at her very well. She's like my younger sister, so she is a younger sister, to me. So make sure you check her out. You have to check her out. Okay, you
Thank you
can't keep
so much.
complaining. I don't like the complaining and no actions. So if we want to see things really move for us, Black people, wherever we are, it's about time we do less of the talking and more actions. So yeah, Tino, so
Definitely.
good, so good to have you here. Please tell the viewers who you are and a little bit about your background.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here. So, my name is Tino Sparks, and I am a Zimbabwean content creator. My journey as a YouTuber started in South Africa, but then I am currently in Zimbabwe, sharing the African narrative. So, what I do is I share proudly African content because there's a lot of negative things that are being said about Africa, and my movement is called African Without Borders. So, being Zimbabwean and I've stayed in South Africa, I know how it feels to be a foreigner in an African country. And I feel like we as Africans, we mustn't feel foreign in an African country because we are one people. So we preach African unity, we preach doing business together as Africans because Africa, in its own, we are a powerhouse and we can only be able to rediscover Africa if we work together towards that. So that's what I do.
Oh yes, says bring the heat on. That is just the spirit. That's how we should all be moving on these streets right now. So thanks so much. I really want you to share more about Africa Without Borders movement, because I know, and that I know lots of people that are sleeping. They wake up after this live and make sure, like, they start with more action. So tell us about Africa Without Borders movement.
Okay, so for me, being Zimbabwean and spending like 6 years in South Africa, I have learned and understood that Africans connect in a certain way. I watch a lot of content on the internet. I watch a lot of Kenyan content because Kenya is my favorite African country, by the way, and I've listened to them speak. Even the way they talk is like my home language, Shona. Yeah, I've heard South Africans speak, the Zulu people speak. It's also more like my home language, Ndebele. And I got to understand that this thing with tribes in across Africa, we are just diluted in a way. If I do a DNA ancestry test, it might not come back 100% Shona. It might come back with some Swazi blood. It might come back with some Togo blood. You never know. So for that, we are just Africans because we have African blood that run through us. So basically, despite of nationality, we are the same people. So the African Without Borders movement actually brings people together despite nationality.
Amazing, beautiful. I love the sound of that. So sorry guys, the mic is tripping right now. So but we are back, we are good. Kindly thumbs up the live and share it as well if you can't. And thanks so much everyone for tuning in. For the viewers that don't know about your content, your channel, I would like you to share more with them what your channel is about and what people should expect on your channel.
Okay, so my channel is called Tino Sparks. It's Tino space Sparks. And like I said, I share proudly African content on my YouTube channel. You must expect to see how people live in Africa. I have been to two African countries, that's Zimbabwe and South Africa, but then I plan to go to more African countries, sharing how people live, the kind of foods that they eat, how people do business across Africa, different foods, different cultures, etc., etc. Because at the end of the day, we want to bring back, victory back to Africa because a lot has been stolen from our continent. And I feel like it's a responsibility for each and every African to just do something about, glorifying the motherland.
Oh, yes. We can't rely on our governments, to face our problems. We have a part to play. So beautiful,
Definitely.
beautiful quote, said Tino. So, guys, now you know a little bit about Tino Sparks. That's the name of the channel. Very, very straightforward and easy to find on YouTube. Please go and show some love to my little sis. Yeah, go and show love because she got the fire going, and I love her so much. So make sure like you subscribe to her channel, share her content, and keep encouraging her because she has such a beautiful spirit, and she's doing the best to put
Thank
Africa
you
out
so
there on
much.
the map. Yeah, you're
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
You're welcome, Tino. And for those of you that don't know, Tino is from Zimbabwe, so she will be touching on, the different things to expect, if you are trying or if you are planning to actually go and visit Zimbabwe. Is always good, like, the way I keep saying this all the time on this platform, to first start with a visit, connect with the locals, and then you take it from there. If he's wherever you find yourself and you are very comfortable, you like it, then you can start about thinking about moving down there, you understand? So Tina, now I'm going to to give you the full floor. Let people know a little bit first about life in Zimbabwe.
Okay, there's so much to share about my beautiful country, Zimbabwe, and I'm so passionate about, telling people about my country, Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is a beautiful country. Zimbabwe is, if you guys don't know, Zimbabwe is located in the southern part of Africa, just next to South Africa, Botswana, Mozambique, and Zambia. Zimbabwe is full of beautiful people. We have beautiful food, definite beautiful tourism destination. So yeah, that's all about Zimbabwe.
Beautiful country indeed, guys. So, instead of going to Spain, there is nothing wrong visiting another countries. But if you have that dollar, the dollar
Come to
waiting, the pounds,
Zimbabwe.
yeah, the pounds waiting somewhere, you don't know what to do with it. And when it's time to go on holidays, you just go to Italy, go to where else people love going to Dubai. Nothing wrong with those different locations, but I think that we should put our countries first, putting the money back, in the
In the
economy, helping
continent.
the locals. So yeah, consider,
I
do
also
your research. Yeah, go ahead.
I also forgot to say that, oh my God, Zimbabwe is home to one of the seven wonders of the world. If you guys heard
Oh,
of Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe, you guys should definitely come. You should come.
okay. All right,
Yeah.
guys. I hope you're taking notes. We have one question from Redmond Music. How easy is it to migrate to Zimbabwe without having to leave? Because some people, they have to come out and go back in the country. So if you can touch on that, that would be great.
So basically, if you want to stay in Zimbabwe because of your nationality, it varies from nation to nation, from country to country. But then I think you have to obviously go through the immigration process, apply for a visa, apply if it's a tourist visa, you have to leave, but apply for permanent residence visa. And I think the regulations, you can find them on Zimbabwean immigration websites, which we will leave in the description bar down below after this live, or you can come on my Instagram and I can actually share it with you guys.
All right, amazing. Tino is dropping some great information right here. And of course, guys, check her out on Instagram. We'll be dropping all those links. Some of them are already in the description box. So, support a sister. Like, I don't mind giving free advice, but it's always good, like to support you, you know what I mean, right? So don't just, keep taking with a nice thank you, but we need to encourage our brothers and sisters, especially the one on the continent, showing Africa. Creating content is not easy. We're going to touch on that. Yeah, so people are coming up with some questions, but Tino, can you quickly tell us, as a content creator on the continent, how
Mhm.
is how has it been for you so far? Because when you put a video out there, a 5-minute video, people think, oh, it's just 5 minute video. I know, like, where I'm going. I'm going
Mm,
to with with this question, but I really, really have to put that out there. So when I'm saying support content creators,
mm.
guys, I don't come here and beg you guys, But
Yes,
when I
definitely.
say it, is because you have to understand the work, that people have to put in content, and much more like when it comes to brothers and sisters on the continent. Internet, is another story. So we really, really, need to support them, really. So the work that goes into putting a 5 minutes video out there is not easy. Honestly, it's not.
Definitely.
So, how has it been for you so far, being a content creator on this YouTube street? How has
Okay,
it
so
been?
for me, it has been an amazing journey because for me, doing YouTube is actually passion. So, yes, it has its ups and downs, but it is amazing. And then, like you're saying, putting out a 5 minute video is just not 5 minutes. If I tell you it takes me about 6 hours to cut down 20 minutes of footage into an 8 minute video for you guys to watch, it is what it is. It is definitely a lot of work. And for me, YouTube, I take it like a job. I wake up every morning with the desire to create content, with the desire to edit videos, with the desire to educate people about Africa because that's what I do and that's what I love.
Guys, Tino Sparks is the name of my beautiful young, she's my little sis. So go and check her out, okay? So let me quickly put the next question in. We have actually comments here. Let me put the comment first. Repatriation to Africa is now a moment. We must go back and reclaim our traditions, land, and resources. Absolutely. Next question from Beacon of Light. Hello, how are you doing? Thanks so much for joining. How much is it, the cost of living? That is very, very broad, but is good. Like when it comes to, we can start first of all with accommodation. Yeah, that's one big thing. Like when you're planning to go to Zimbabwe, for example, in this case for a month, how is it like when it comes to renting? Is it like you have to put like a deposit down and then cover the rent on a monthly basis, or do you have to cover the rent over a longer period of time? How does it work in Zimbabwe?
Also, basically, the cost of living, like you're saying, we'll start with the accommodation and go, etc., etc. So, with the cost of accommodation for a basic house that is like a two-bedroom house, I'll divide it into the high density suburbs, the medium density suburbs, and the low density suburbs. So, on average, a high density suburb in Zimbabwe would cost you about 200 to 250 US dollars per month. And usually in the high density suburbs, when you get in for the month, you don't need a deposit. You just need to pay your monthly rent and you're okay. And that 250 US dollars usually covers your utilities like water and electricity. And then we go on to the medium density suburbs. The medium density suburbs, you can expect to pay 300 to 300, no, 500 to 600 US dollars for a two-bedroomed apartment. Um, that also covers your utilities. And then now we go to the low density suburbs. You would expect to pay 900 US dollars to about whatever amount, depending on the size of the house and how fancy it looks. And then I think I have not done much research on how much an average family would need to spend because I am my own person. But I have done an analysis for a single person living, say, in Harare, Zimbabwe. Harare, you guys, by the way, is the capital city of Zimbabwe, Harare. So if you are just an adult like me, usually you get a one bedroom, or it's a bachelor flat, or sometimes the majority actually stays in rooms before you actually move out to your own house that you have bought. So basically, for a room, you would pay for like 100 USD. You would need 100 USD for your food. If you're going to work or whatever, you need 100 USD for your transportation when you're using public transport, or even a car, buying fuel, etc. And then you would need like 100 USD for other expenses, like medication, like having fun on the weekend. So basically, the cost of living for a single person like me, I would live off $400 a month.
Okay, guys, are you taking notes? Because that is actually supposed to be my next question. Always base it on like a single person, for example. And then, if the person is like a family person, then, you can time that roughly, just stretch a little bit times three. It depends on how
Exactly.
big, is your family. So for another thing that people really really want to know about when it comes to traveling to the continent, for example, is the visa. Because some countries offer, for example, like visa on arrivals. What is, is it the same with Zimbabwe, or you have to make sure you sort your visa out before landing in Harare?
Okay, so for Zimbabwe, many countries have an e-visa platform where you are able to apply for your visa online. And for me, I think that is actually faster and more efficient, because now you're gonna go through, as soon as you're in the country, you're gonna go through in the country without any stopovers. But then yes, we do offer visa on arrival for people coming into the country, but then of course you're gonna wait on some queues, etc., etc. But yes, we do offer visa on arrival. And then there are obviously other countries that are visa exempt. For example, Ghana, we have Kenya, Zambia, all those other countries that are visa free to Zimbabwe.
It's also good to know. It makes life, much, much better and easier, just to pack your things, book your flights, and just, sort out the visa once you are at the airport on the other side. So that is great. I know like there are parents out there, some of them are actually planning or thinking about moving, their family to Zimbabwe. I really want you to touch a little bit on the school system over there. How how does it work?
So I did part of my high school in South Africa, but then the rest of my preschool, my primary school, and part of my high school, I did it in Zimbabwe. So what happens with with our education system is, there is preschool that is like creche. I don't know what people call it across the world, but I'll just try to make everyone understand. So there is preschool where you spend 2 years in preschool A and preschool B. In South Africa, they call it grade zero. In Zimbabwe, they call it ECD, early child development. So basically, the ECDA, the first year of preschool is when you're 4, and then the last year of preschool is when you're 5. So basically, you're expected to start your grade 1 when you are 6. So primary school in Zimbabwe has like 7 years. So it's from grade 1 to grade 7 in a primary school, and then you have national exams that are just uniform across the country, and then from there you go to secondary school. Secondary school has 4 years of secondary school, which is Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, and Form 4. And then after Form 4, you also write other national examinations, which you will be graded, and then you go into what we call high school. Usually, the secondary school and the high school are in the same school, but then you can't go to high school before you pass. secondary school. So now in secondary school, that's when you specialize into the career field that you want. For example, I specialize in 3 subjects. Basically, you just do 3 subjects or maybe 4. I did maths, economics, and geography. And because I was expecting a different career to do in university. So yes, basically that's it.
All right. So we have a question from Beacon of Light. Let me quickly fetch that. Um, is it easy? I think you want to say how easy it is to do business in Zimbabwe. If you can take us through the correct procedure, just to give people a little bit of ideas. I'm sure like later you can just go on the website, or ideally we'll have someone on as well that can you know take us through the process properly. But that is the next question from Beacon of Light. Tino, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so basically doing business anywhere across the world is actually very easy, because now we are living in an economy where people can just do business across the world. It is a global village, so you can do your business from anywhere across the world. Well, now doing business in Zimbabwe, you just need to start. You just need to start. And also the process of registering a business in Zimbabwe doesn't take much. I think when you register a business, all your documentation will be done in like 3 weeks, and then you're a business owner. And then she asked, did she ask about the risks? Basically, I would say in Zimbabwe we have 2 currencies. We use 2 currencies mostly. We use the Zimbabwean dollar, which you call the RTGS, and then we also use backup money, the US dollars. So I would honestly tell you that because Zimbabwe has a risk of inflation with the Zimbabwean dollar, business is conducted in US dollar in Zimbabwe. With that way, because the Zimbabwean dollar is stable, you know that your business doesn't have a risk of losing any money, because the US dollar doesn't go through, inflation. So as long as you do your business in US dollars, you are good. Also, there are a lot of business opportunities in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe has a lot of land, so you can start from, crop husbandry. You can do livestock rearing. You can sell whatever you want to sell. Business will definitely do good in Zimbabwe.
Okay. So good to know about that. And it sounds like it's a quite straightforward, system in place, and quite reasonable as well. So make sure you do your research, check things out thoroughly before you do anything. So when it comes to anyone from the diaspora, for example, that is not from Zimbabwe, but they want to live in Zimbabwe, to open a bank account, what is the process, and how easy or difficult it is? Let us know.
Okay, so opening a bank account in Zimbabwe is reasonably easy. And like I said, in Zimbabwe, we have 2 types of currencies that we use. So opening an RTGS, that's the Zimbabwean dollar, bank account is quite easy. You need obviously the obvious details, like your passport or any type of identification that you have. You need what else? All those things that you need, like your proof of residence, and obviously your opening account balance. That's it. And then if you're opening the other forex account, you need to have a letter of employment for you to be able to open that kind of account. And then the letter of employment comes from a legalized government official. So it means you would be formally employed in Zimbabwe for you to open that account.
Awesome. Now, Tino, I know you don't like talking about your business sometime, but I said in the beginning of this live that is one of the aim of this platform. So I really want you to share, a little bit about your business, and then drop the website as well, so people that are right now in the chat, they can check your website out and know what they can also get from your website, to support your business. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much. First of all, my first business is YouTube. You guys, I earn a living from YouTube, so you guys can kindly just go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, watch my content, watch through ads, and that's how I'd actually appreciate the support. Secondly, I realized that just not only one stream of income is enough. Making money is never enough, and we must train ourselves, to have multiple streams of income. So yes, I do have an online business. It's called House of Nikiwe. House of Nikiwe is a brand named out after my mom, Nikiwe. Shout out to you, mom, if you're watching this. But yes, I do sell handbags on there. I sell ladies' accessories like sun hats, handbags, scarves, sandals, etc., etc. Although I plan on branching on into bigger things, but then when the time is right. So yes, you guys can go and support me. I do have a website, and it's www.houseofnikiwe. Nikiwe is NIKIWE.com. So it's www.houseofnikiwe.com. I have an Instagram page. It's called House of Nikiwe. And I would love to see you guys there and support my business.
Please do, guys. Please do. Apart from your business accounts, can you share your other socials with us, please?
Okay, so on Instagram, I am Tino Sparks. It's TINO.SPARKS. That's on Instagram. That's also on Facebook. And I am Tino.Sparks again on TikTok. So you guys should just come and watch my African content on there. You will definitely, definitely love it.
Guys, the link is in the chat right now. So kindly, you know what to do, yeah? Subscribe and share the content. Any advice for diasporans that already, have Zimbabwe on like the first country on the list when it comes
Mhm.
to country to relocate to? Any advice for them?
So if you want to come to, Africa, specifically Zimbabwe, I would say that come to Zimbabwe with an open mind, because don't come with what you heard on the media, because the Western media lies about Africa. The Western media lies about Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is a beautiful country. You would definitely, definitely love it. So come with the eagerness to learn about how people live. Come with, the willingness to be part of the people, because you guys know what they say: when you're in Rome, do what the Romans do. I think from that, and you come to Zimbabwe willing to add value to the Zimbabwean people, then you would actually enjoy Zimbabwe.
Oh, thanks so much. So refreshing, to have you here, Tino. And guys, please do me a massive favor. Check out Tino Sparks channel. Link link up with her on Instagram. You're going to love her content. So please subscribe and share as well her content with others. And thanks so much, Tino, for honoring my invitation and sharing this great information with us tonight. Thanks so
Thank you
much.
so
And
much. It's a
you're,
pleasure.
you're very welcome. Et so, donc, comme je l'ai dit au départ, Tino, elle est une créatrice de contenu, et je viens de mettre le lien de sa chaîne YouTube dans le chat. Donc, s'il vous plaît, allez là-bas, abonnez-vous et partagez aussi sa chaîne YouTube, le lien avec d'autres personnes, parce que je suis sûre que vous allez tellement adorer ce qu'elle est en train de faire sur sa chaîne YouTube. Et puis, le lien aussi de la page Instagram de Tino sera aussi dans la barre de description. Vous pouvez aller sur Instagram, et si vous avez des questions que vous voulez poser à Tino concernant comment les choses se passent au Zimbabwe, apparemment, avec ce qu'elle a expliqué, c'est comme si c'est quand même très facile si vous voulez soit aller au Zimbabwe juste pour visiter. Bon, vous n'avez pas besoin de penser trop concernant le visa, parce que quand vous arrivez à l'aéroport, ils vont vous donner le visa. Donc, vous n'avez pas besoin de vous stresser pour ça, en fait. Donc, c'est juste un petit résumé, of course, c'est un petit résumé. Donc, si vous voulez en savoir plus, allez sur sa chaîne YouTube, abonnez-vous et puis vous pouvez aussi l'envoyer un message sur Instagram. Elle nous a parlé aussi de son business. Donc, tous ces liens seront dans la barre de description. Et très, très grand merci à tous. Continuez pas à partager mes vidéos. Abonnez-vous aussi si c'est votre première fois sur ma chaîne et très, très bon week-end à tous. So, guys, thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in tonight. Truly appreciate all of you. Silent Design is another Black-owned business. So if you guys love our people, you want to see the change, it's down to us to keep supporting small businesses. Okay, so check them out. They have some great apparel on the sites, mugs, bags, all personalized stuff that you need to bless someone. Please go and check them out. They are also on Instagram, same name, Silent Design. So thanks so much for tuning in and keep patronizing Black businesses wherever you are. Have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you guys very soon. For those of you that want to join the French classes, please email me as well at the diaspora channel at gmail.com. And also, if you like to join me here as well to share about your products or services, is the same email. Make sure you reach out, and then we're going to have you here as well, because we need to know what you are doing right there in your corner. And I'll see you all next week, Monday. We have a very special guest. My guests are all special, right? So we have another one that is doing something very amazing, inspiring on the continent, and he will be here with us, also from Zimbabwe. So I'm waiting to see all of you in the chat. So bring your questions. There is someone in backstage, but I'll add that person later. So guys, have a lovely weekend. Subscribe, like, share, and for now, you know what we're about to do, right? We're going to exit. So kindly thumbs up the live if you haven't yet, a thumbs up the live. Do that right now.